everyone, my name is Anna, and here in Tripster Panda we want to show you everything about Brazil, tips and tricks, where to go, and anything you might be interested in. Today we're super excited to show you Copacabana, and this is the neighborhood behind me. As you might know, if you're trying to come to Brazil, you're probably considering staying in Rio and in Copacabana. So today we're going to go around the neighborhood, show you a lot of places that we personally like, everything we feel like as a locals that you should try as well, so that you can have a more authentic experience. So this is our first stop, the Fort of Copacabana. This is right at the end of Copacabana Beach, and this was a very, very important building. It was a fort that would protect the entire bay and the entire city of Rio. This was built around the 1700s and was in use until the early 20th century. In here you'll have these amazing views, as you can see behind me. As well, you have a couple of cafes that you can come and visit and have a drink, have a breakfast or afternoon tea. The entrance to the fort costs around R$6, which is around $1.50, and you can visit this, take pictures, as well as visit the museum with a lot of military gear. A little bit near to one of these lifeguard posts here in the beach. Throughout the beach you see there are many vendors, there are showers, there are bathrooms, and we're gonna put some footage for you to see it. But behind me you will see that there's like post number 5, and you will have one roughly every kilometer or half a mile more or less, and those are the ones that you have showers, you have soap, towels, everything. They are able to rent it for you for a price, and you can just like come out of the beach and get clean and go back to your hotel. One of the things I forgot to mention when I was telling you about the posts around the beach is that you are able to also access them up to like 8 p.m. at night, so 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. throughout the year, from Monday to Monday, so pretty much every day you're just able to use it. So I think it's just a useful information for you to have. Now let's talk about accommodation in Copacabana, and we cannot talk about it without actually mentioning Copacabana Palace. Copacabana Palace was built in 1923 and actually is one of the most iconic buildings here in the seashore of the neighborhood. It used to be a casino until 1944, when the president at the time forbade gambling, and then it just became a simple hotel. A night here in Copacabana Palace can reach up to 8,000 reais, which is more than $1,000 per night. But if you go 1 or 2 blocks into the neighborhood, you can find much more affordable options, around 150 to 200 reais a night, which actually would be around $100, I believe. Hostels will probably cost you around $10 to $15, and an Airbnb probably around $25 a night. So we've been filming all day now, and it's around 6 p.m. and we're feeling really hungry, so we wanted to talk to you about eating. Behind me is one of the most famous bars here in Copacabana called Pavão Azul, And Bruno, can you show them? It's actually going from this side to the street all the way up to that side. It's so big, it's like very famous over here. They won many prizes, and one of the main foods they have over here is a cod cake called patanisca, and it's like everybody, we just passed over there and everybody was having it. Also, not only for this one, but if you want sit-down restaurants, you have restaurants all the way in the seafront, but those are gonna be expensive and perhaps not the best. So if you decide to go like one street behind Atlantic Avenue, you'll probably find better options over there, as well as like juice bars and smaller cafe shops with several pastries. There are also staples here in Brazil, so you can try coxinha, which you might have heard of. You can try other types of pastries, or just regular bread, breakfast, or something quick to eat. Options about where to eat, but I'm just gonna try and give you a little bit more of the options you have that are more famous with the locals. So Pavão Azul, which is this one behind me, as I told you, is one of them. Another one is Belmonte. They have several branches across the city, but they also have one here in Copacabana, and also another one that is just across Belmonte that is called Boteco das Garrafas, which is also pretty famous. If you're feeling like you want to experience the bohemian nightlife here in Copacabana, you can try one of those bars and you'll be sad to experience it like a proper local. I'm super tired. I've been filming all day long about Copacabana to show you guys everything that the neighborhood has to offer. So now I want to talk to you about the loudest topic of today in the quietest place I could find, the Airbnb, and that topic is transportation. So transportation actually in Copacabana is really easy. You can just walk, as I did most of the day. You can get the bicycles provided by Itaú, which is one of our national banks, and that will be the orange bikes that you can find everywhere across the entire city. You just need to pay a little bit in a card in the machine, and then you can release the bike and use it for as long as you want, according to the price you paid. You can also rent one of the scooters, like I've seen some of the electric scooters all over, so that's another option as well. And also you can easily get a Uber or a taxi. The taxi and the buses, they have like this special fast lane throughout most of the main arteries in the neighborhood. However, Uber can't really go through them, so if you are in a hurry or if it's rush hour and you don't really want to stay stuck in traffic, perhaps you might want to consider a taxi. Also, another option you might have is the metro. There are 3 stations that serve the neighborhood, Copacabana neighborhood, and those are Siqueira Campos, Arco Verde, and Cantagalo. One in the middle, one in the beginning, and one in the end. I'm gonna put here in the screen the order that they serve the neighborhood because I don't remember very well. In terms of buses and taxis, the neighborhood is actually long and narrow, so there are 3 main arterial roads that they will be using. So either the Atlantic Avenue, that is a come and go both ways type of road, and that's the one by the shore. Another one that you have is Avenida Nossa Senhora de Copacabana, and that's the main one that goes towards downtown. And the third one, the important roads, is Barata Ribeiro, which is the one that comes from downtown towards Ipanema way. So these three main roads, they are cut by smaller roads, and that's basically the entire neighborhood. So you can walk that pretty easily, or you can move around using the metro or the bikes, or even getting a cab or Uber. So personally, here in the neighborhood, I would just walk if you feel like walking, especially if the weather is nice as it was today. However, if you're in a rush or if you want to get somewhere else, Uber is pretty affordable, and even taxis actually are pretty affordable, but I've noticed that taxis can be like up to twice as expensive as Uber, so just bear that in mind whenever you are choosing your options. For buses, to be honest, I wouldn't really get them. They're really cheap, but depending on the time, they might get very busy and perhaps not the safest option, so you might be better off either using Uber or going through the subway. And I think that's all I had to tell you about transportation. And I think that actually concludes our video for today. So I really hope you enjoyed it. By the way, we had a really challenging time in having a quiet spaces to film. So I don't know how the sound is on this video. So if you could just leave me a comment and tell me if it was really hard to understand or not, because we're really trying to improve, especially the sound. So yeah, just let us know how it felt for you so that we can improve for next time. And in the meantime, please enjoy and let me know if there is anything else I can do or help you guys. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.